Welcome, my name is Neil Sayer. I created this channel to share my expertise as a business coach and a very successful CEO of 2 companies over 40 years. This is a space for business owners to come for inspiration, for ideas, tips, solutions and wisdom. Hi, Neil here. Today a video which is part of a series on attracting, motivating and retaining your key staff. So what does a healthy culture look like? We all have our view, but let me give you my take. Firstly, it's where diversity is recognized, encouraged and celebrated. A culture where there's flexibility tailored to different needs, and a culture where one's personal life and working life is sympathetically treated and respected. Now, it's important to get these elements right, or the danger is you're going to lose your staff. So let's dig into them one by one and come up with some tips. Firstly, let's look at inclusion and diversity as a foundation stone. A survey of Australian and New Zealand workplaces by Hayes has found that 56% of respondents felt that their chances of being accepted for a job were lowered because of their sexual orientation, their age, gender, perhaps disability or ethnic background. So it's clearly important to look at your recruitment strategies and your internal policies to attract diverse talent, and 2, once on board, there's not discrimination. So a thought here, think about introducing blind recruitment policies. With future applications for a job, how about deleting people's name, their race, their age, background, location, address, school, university, etc. Now let me bring in a few statistics from a report by Deloitte. Regarding inclusive companies, they're saying that they're 2 times more likely to meet or exceed financial targets, 3 times more likely to be high performing, 6 times more likely to be innovative and agile, and 8 times more likely to achieve better business outcomes. So these stats, they underline the importance of valuing and respecting your team. But it's important not just to pay lip service and to have tolerance. You need to be proactive in terms of understanding each member of the team and their differences. A few tips here. Firstly, training of your team, inclusivity, diversity. What does it mean? What are the benefits? How can they each contribute? Secondly, as a leader, as a key manager or business owner, have a good look in the mirror. Do you actually champion these causes? Do you encourage open dialogue and show empathy? Also look at the amount of meetings, discussions, forums that are held to ensure that everyone has a voice and they're valued. Particularly important is the environment, one of no fear. Your team members must be comfortable to open up without fear of retribution if their views may be unwelcome. Another key foundation for a healthy culture is one of flexibility. This is increasingly a requirement, a fundamental expectation of people that are looking for new jobs, and not just seen just as a perk. They're looking for flexibility to work from home and possibly for flexible hours. And let's look at some stats again. Statistics New Zealand have reported that at least 50% of the workforce worked remotely during the COVID-19 lockdowns, pointing to the feasibility and acceptance of hybrid working. Flex jobs, they've reported that 80% of people interviewed have stated that they'll be more loyal for their companies if there was flexibility in their working arrangements. Now some tips here. Firstly, training for your managers in terms of working remote teams. Secondly, look at job roles. Are they flexible? Do they cover diverse needs, for example, flexible hours or compressed hours? A third key element for a healthy working culture is work-life balance and increasingly integration. Let's look at some stats again. Statistics New Zealand have reported that companies that promote life-work balance see a 25% less turnover of staff. Also, the Employers and Manufacturers Association, EMA, have reported that 78% of people that they interviewed commented that they would look very, very closely at opportunities with companies that actually offered flexibility in terms of working hours, particularly hybrid working. Furthermore, work-life balance is evolving into work-life integration, acknowledging that work and personal life should coexist harmoniously. This is very important, it appears, for our millennials, those that are representing an increasing number in our workforce. Interestingly, EY, the global company in the HR space, have reported that millennials are twice as likely to leave a job if they perceive that there's no flexibility. Definitely consider offering resources for mental and physical health. Also encourage regular breaks and time off without stigma. Thirdly, recognize the importance of personal milestones, particularly around your staff's family. Look at wellness programs that are out there. Also enforce strict log-off times and stop emails at ridiculous hours during the evening or nighttime. Look at parental leave and supporting daycare services. Yes, there's a cost, but it's going to reap benefits from your team. Finally, less costly exercises would include a dedicated space for rest, meditation, etc. within the offices. Now, I urge you to look at these initiatives seriously. If you're looking to reduce burnout, pay heed to a statistic that's come through from the Mental Health Association. They're actually saying that from a survey they did, 33% of respondents felt that they were unhappy due to a poor work-life balance. Also, have a look outside your own four walls. Benchmark against leading companies in the space. In New Zealand, we've got Xero and we've got Trade Me that are put up as benchmarks. Globally, have a look at Google. They seem to be the poster, the pin-up boys and girls in terms of on-site wellness programs, nap pods, free meals and the like. Let's also talk about the importance of a learning environment. Back in 2019, LinkedIn, they did a survey and they found that 94% of respondents were saying that they would stay much longer with their current employer if they actually invested seriously in their personal professional development. So some tips here. Firstly, budget for and follow through with resources for training for professional individual programs for your staff. For example, off-site courses at local polytechnics or universities, or access to online programs or perhaps tailor-made programs on site. These can all upskill your staff and provide for a much better job satisfaction. So it's a double win. Secondly, though, I really stress the need to follow through on this training. It might be budgeted, people might raise their hand at the start of the year, but so often I hear too many damn excuses. I'm too busy to train. I'm sorry, that's just not acceptable. The last pillar of success for a healthy culture and a growing business that I want to touch on today is one of communication. It's absolutely essential that all of your team, they feel valued and they have opportunity to raise their voices and actually be heard in a constructive, in a respectful manner. So tips here, make sure that you've got regular check-ins, both formally and informally, at an individual and collective level. Secondly, look closely at the environment surrounding those particular forums. Do your people feel comfortable? Are they free? Are they inhibited to actually talk openly, or are they worried about retribution if their views aren't accepted? I'd also suggest that you talk closely, particularly with the younger members of your staff. Look at the particular programs that you're using for communication. They could well be improved. I mean, there's a raft of different apps out there and software programs that really are intuitive, they're very productive, and our workforce, as I say, the younger ones, they particularly relate to. I suggest the days of the need for on-site physical face-to-face meetings are really numbered, and it's a damn sight more productive to open your eyes and look at what's available out there and actually enjoyed by a lot of your staff if they're given the opportunity. Okay, it's time to wrap up, to conclude. Hopefully you've taken from this video that it's absolutely critical at a strategic level to look closely at a healthy culture, what this constitutes and what action you've actually got to take. And for you, it's all about creating an environment that actually embraces change, supports the individual, and unites everyone in the team towards a common goal, a common purpose. This requires investment, just like any other part of your business, but the investment can be well rewarded. Often the returns, they might seem intangible, but at the end of the day, if you've got a happy, motivated team that are loyal and are going to stay with you, then you've got well set up for a bright future. So with that, have a good look at your current arrangements, take heed and take action. I hope you found the video useful with some golden nuggets, some takeaways. If so, please subscribe for more. Now, if you need to discuss anything regarding your business or perhaps to explore my Growthology business growth programs, then please hit the link below and we'll set up an exploratory discussion. Look forward to that. Bye now.